All right, the Soft Lock is brought to you by our friends over at W. Make sure to use code GameMarksPod to get yourself 10% off at W.GG and get yourself some jitterless energy. The Soft Lock is a question asked by our Megamarks on our Patreon. It's a question of the week with a fancy name, and this week it comes from the Elder Spork himself. And Spork's question is, what is one thing you would have done different in the right life cycle on Fight Forever from announcement to launch? And I feel like we addressed that kind of at the top of the episode. At least I feel like mine was kind of out there. It's just let the people know from the beginning what the plan is, so you could get feedback right from the get-go of what people want, what wrestlers they want in the game. Obviously, with new signees and people moving from one company to another, the DLC could always be in flux. But if you come out swinging with, hey, this is the base roster, here's the first year of DLC, and then as more people get signed, we will continue to make more DLC. It just builds into that hype. And with each DLC pack, give more content, more match types, more create a wrestler assets, more features to build the game, not just, a single wrestler and an arena every other pack with some theme music. What about you, John?
I think you just covered literally everything, but I think my biggest thing, though, like, we could beat that all day. We could talk about that all day. For lack of better term, I saw your face there. I've clipped that. Don't even announce the game until you're moving along here. I think they showed screenshots way too early. I think it was Jericho, MJF, all that. They showed that way too early. They started releasing wrestlers that were coming out like every few months. Just, I don't know. Just give us something somewhat complete. Give us maybe a demo. Maybe think about how that's now on PS Plus. Maybe give us that from the get-go. Maybe give us Game Pass from the get-go. I know I sound like a little spoiled brat, like gimme. But yeah, the roster needed to be bigger. And the game just needed to be complete. That's it. This whole rolling out slowly stuff just doesn't work anymore. Nobody wants that. We're in the TikTok era. 30 seconds, everybody wants to bang, 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 bang.
Well, so on paper, the launch, like, their plan sounded great. Fight Forever is going to be the baseline of the game. We are going to continue to add content. And to their credit, it's what they've done. They've consistently added content since the launch of the game. The problem is it's not the content that people want.
Right.
Like, they said, hey, we're going to release this game. There's going to be DLC packs. There's season passes. We're going to consistently release content, which is exactly what people wanted. And they were like, this is great. This is going to be everything that we've been saying that we wish WWE would do. Or maybe they go to every other year release, and then we get 2 years of DLC where we can take an already great game and just, fill it to the brim with all possible content.
Yeah.
And then
I agree.
They just, the DLC that they released was just so underwhelming and just so not what people were asking for. But they had already established this plan, and maybe, what if, oh man, I just had a crazy idea. What if what this is a sunsetting of the current DLC plan? And it's just like, hey, you want to get all the DLC packs? Great. This is everything the way that it was. Now we're going to start over with the DLC, and we're going to rework it all to what it should have been.
I really love your optimism. I just don't see that happening ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.